What up, players? Finally back with another video. I kind of didn't really have anything going on as far as my stuff. I know Beto's been doing a few things. If you guys follow him on Instagram or like TikTok or anything, all kinds of carbon fiber stuff going on. But yeah, I'm finally gonna do something to the Nova. I'm gonna show you guys right now what we're gonna be getting into. And yeah, let's just get to it right away. I'm gonna start working on my bumpers. I'm gonna shave the bumper bolt. I'm gonna show you guys how to shave bumper bolts if you want to go for that custom sleek bumper look. That's all I'm gonna be doing on the back bumper. I'm gonna be customizing my front bumper. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna be doing to it yet, but that'll probably be maybe in this video or maybe another video, I don't know. But for now, we're gonna start on the rear bumper. I got it right here on the ground. My other rear bumper was like kind of bent up and not so straight, so I got this one on offer up, pretty much perfect. Just gonna be showing you guys how to shave the bumper bolts. So let me get some stuff so I can get in the air so I can start working on it. All right, so I got the bumper on this little stand here. I do plan on painting this thing black, so that's why I do got to get the bumper bolts all shaven. I don't have the like regular round ones, so this is all I got pretty much for now. Actually, the first step we're gonna be doing is I cleaned up the brackets and the back side of the bumper to the bare metal, and I'm gonna just be welding it all along, pretty much 4 spots on this to support it the most. And then I'm gonna be flipping it over, cutting the heads off, and then doing it on the outside to shave the actual bolts. I just don't want the bumper bracket to move anywhere. I don't really care about, like my last ones, I only did the outsides. I didn't weld the bracket to the bumper, but like this, I don't really plan on like switching these brackets again. Like if the bumper mess up, oh well, I just have to buy a new one. But so like I said, I cleaned up these spots. I'm gonna weld these all up right now, drop some heavy welds on it just so I know the bracket's not gonna go anywhere, and then I'll show you guys the next step. So I'm gonna get to do that. All right, just tacked pretty much like long little tacks along the 4 spots on the brackets, and pretty solid now. It's like pretty sure it will never go anywhere. Even if we just cut these off, that'll pretty much support it as good as the bolts would be doing. But same thing on this side. I got in 4 spots, and now I'm gonna be able to flip it over and get to the bolts. Like this one I already started cutting, but I'm gonna show you guys pretty much what it's like when I cut these. So now I can flip this and there'll be no issue. I don't even have to worry about bolts no more since it's welded straight to the bumper. You can see where the heat came through a little bit. Hopefully, probably made like little high spots to be honest, but the bumper's gonna need to get worked. Yeah, you could see it's a little high now, but it's gonna need to get worked a little anyways, since I'm shaving these. Unless I do them perfect. Either way, it's gonna get worked straight, so it comes out real perfect. So, like I said, you can see this is cut. Now I'm gonna completely get that bolt off. Then the square is gonna be left with the bolt, and I'm gonna just fill it in. So let me get to cutting that so I can show you guys what the next step is. Alright, so I don't know if I'm gonna just alright, so this one I just did, I grinded it down. You could see like where the square outline is, and then the mess in the middle is the bolt and stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna just keep doing that to all of them, because it seems like there's not enough for me to weld, even though when I weld it's gonna burn through it all. But like, should I just take these bolts out, cut off the head, and then stick it through and use that as a filler? Alright guys, so all I ended up doing was cutting off the heads of the bolts. You can see I just unbolted it, and then I sat it back. I put the nut back on it and I sat it on there until it was about flush with the hole, and you can see I already welded them all. I'll show you more exactly how I did this on this side. Alright, chopped just like that, and using this, you want to do something like that. I mean, obviously you're gonna put the nut on this and it'll sit flat where it needs to go, but I'm trying to do this all with one hand, and it's gonna look like that. You see from the side it's gonna be pretty flush. Just weld it in place. And there you go, that's how I'm doing these. So same thing, I'm gonna do all 4 of these, grind them smooth, and we'll be done with the rear bumper for now. Alright, so now that part is welded, and I'm gonna just grind it down and see what it looks like. Alright, pretty much finished shaving all the bolts. Everything's grinded down now. You can see here, this one, all of this side. Now the bumper could go on perfectly fine with no ugly bumper bolts on the outside. So alright guys, got it primered. I know it's just kind of dumb to have primer over this, but just because that spot is bare metal, I don't want it to rust. Once we start working all this, I'm gonna grind off all the chrome anyways, so it's all gonna need to come off. But this is just to protect it for now. I did the same thing with all the welds on the inside, so also gonna clean all this stuff. But for now, rear bumper's done. So I got the my old front bumper pretty much. You can see why I don't really, it's kind of dented there. The corner's got a hard dent there, and I just kind of wanted to start fresh with a straight one. I know it's not brand new or anything, but I do plan on painting it, so that's why I didn't want to get a brand new chrome one. Anyways, I'm using this so I could see which way these brackets go. So I'm pretty much gonna start installing them and test fit the bumper for the first time in the front. Alright guys, got the front bumper pretty much all lined up to how I like. So I'm not sure if I showed when I had the bumper over here, but these 2 brackets were not lining up. Like, I don't know if the bumper, this piece is like twisted or the brackets were twisted or whatever, so this hole wasn't lining up perfect like this, so I kind of had to bend one up and bend one down for the bolt to go through. So just like this one, I welded this right here. It's all rusty, but I'm gonna weld them in place over there, so when I pull the bumper off, this bracket doesn't twist or go either direction. So that way this is locked in place. And then I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the rear. I'm gonna weld along where the bolts go and then shave the bumper bolts pretty much. I might leave the bottom ones just for like, in case I'm trying to like put on a spoiler or something. But like right now you can kind of see they're kind of visible. It's kind of ugly, but if I put a spoiler, I could get even some different bolts that aren't so noticeable. Something, I don't know, but I'm gonna weld that right now and then take it off so we could start shaving the bolts. Alright, so I took it off again. Here are the ugly ass welds. I didn't even think I should have cleaned it before I put it in there. So luckily these welds even stuck. This side was a little easier to weld, but as you could see, it's pretty much pinched together just like this. It's not gonna go nowhere now. So just to like reinforce it, I'm gonna clean all this area up, maybe up here, drop a bead across, and on some of these flat spots, kind of like where the frame goes, you don't want too much weld like sticking out. So if you weld this, kind of like shave this side just to keep it flat, because the frame rails run through here and here. But yeah, I know it's a lot of on and off, but just because it's not a perfect bumper, it is used, and it's not gonna be just like an original bumper going on perfectly straight. It is a little, I mean, not that I can see anything that's like no damage or nothing. It looks pretty straight, but like I said, it's used, so you want to double check before you start welding anything that's gonna leave it permanent. So I'm gonna start welding the rest of this, and then I think I'm just gonna shave the top 2 and leave all the bottom bolts. Not sure yet, but I'm gonna get to doing that. Alright, now it's pretty much not going anywhere. Now I could start working on shaving the bolts. Alright players, I don't know if I showed you guys kind of like the grinding process of them. So like this is, I kind of like grinded it down a little bit, but like these are what the welds look like. And this is like when I started to grind it, just a couple seconds, and this one's gone. So that's pretty much what I'm leaving them like. I'm grinding all the way down until it's completely just solid with the rest of the metal. So obviously this is like a big high spot where the weld built up, and you want to grind it down as much as you can till it pretty much leaves it like this. And if you got it to about flush and there was still like a little hole or crack, just go ahead and fill it up and re-grind it down so you get it perfectly flat. And then yeah, so I got all that stuff. Well, I gotta grind down the rest of those, and then I'm gonna spot prime all the bare metal spots and pretty much the stuff that I grinded down. And then I'm gonna throw it on the car and probably just leave it on for a while. Alright players, pretty much just finished grinding up all the bolts. All the welds are grinded down. You can't even tell practically at certain angles, but you know that they were there before. Now they're gone. Got all 4 of these. Like I said, I'm gonna leave these. I don't know, I might get rid of these 2 later. I am planning on doing something different to the front bumper, just not sure 100% what yet. So I'm gonna leave these just in case I might need them. But for now, probably gonna get this thing primered up like I said, primer those little spots, and then throw it on and see what it looks like. Probably put my front license plate from the other bumper to this one. All right players, mount it up real quick. Let me just show you before I cut the video. Looks super dope. You can see some of the black spots where it was primered, but looks super sick. I'm glad the bolts are shaved now. Now it's to the drawing board so I can see what my plans are with this bumper. And yeah, not too bad. Those bolts are pretty noticeable. It's kind of ugly, but maybe I'll get some flat heads or something. But until then guys, thanks for staying to the end and watching all the way through. Thanks for supporting all the time. I'll catch you guys in the next one.